つないつるジュディシアルは
Misfit Nation, welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt the Misfit. This is your Smackdown review for January the 17th. No, actually, it's the 18th, 2024. Please hit the like button. Please comment in the chat box below, or if you want to comment in the little comments after the show goes out the air. YouTube.com/@MisfitWrestlingPodcast. Please hit the subscribe button. Do the thing. You can also go straight to the Twitter machine, Piledriver Post on Twitter. I was going to simulcast on Twitter, but I am not going to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to probably tomorrow, I might do something fun. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Because earlier I was on a watch along with my good friend Jason Ingram. He did while I was watching SmackDown, so I did put some notes there. But he was also doing TJPW, so I decided to hop on and hang out with him for a little bit. We may do something for the Stardom tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. They got their bizarre tournament thing happening. I'm going to be watching that in just a little bit at 3 o'clock. So I'm not going to be on here for very long here, but I thought SmackDown overall was a better show than last week. They differ on nights when it comes to their shows, or not shows, when it differs when they're doing what was it? What is that called? 3 hours. That's what it was. I couldn't think straight there for a second. Got my trusty water. Got me some water in the store today. I need some water. I like the Propel grape water stuff. Pretty good stuff. Shout out to Geekbox, by the way. So I want to point this out here. Something new. Well, it's not something new. It's actually something I have been doing for the past 2 years. A Royal Rumble contest. Not really. You don't win anything like, you don't, for example, you don't win like, for example, you don't win this bottle of water or something. You don't get a prize at the end. The only thing you get out of it is a shout out on the show, and I get to plug your plug if you got a podcast, you get to plug your stuff, or whatever podcast or whatever it is. Royal Rumble contest. Basically, what I do is, so much like I did for the 2023 and 2024 Royal Rumbles, I'll do it again. This was a little fun little thing here. All you have to do is say, I'm in, and that's it. I randomize 2 numbers, one for the Women's Royal Rumble, one for the Men's Royal Rumble. And if your number wins either Rumble, you get a shout out on the show. And so far, who we got in there? We have. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 people are involved right now. Blood Money 747, who's probably going to be in the chat a little bit. I don't know, maybe. He is number 6 on the Men's Royal Rumble, and on the Women's, he's got the 29th spot. Blitzball Champ, who was on here, who's regularly on my show, he got number 8 in the Men's and number 23 in the Women's. Big Nick from oh my God, from what show does he do? From the Wrestling for a Life Network on YouTube. Shout out to those guys. They're pretty cool individuals on there. Again, shout out to them. I pop in on their streams every now and then. He's got number. I gotta bring it up here. He has got number 11 in the men's. He's got number 15 in the women's. Vertical Bison, who does really good graphic work stuff. He's got number 12 in the men's and number 5 in the women's. Shorty G, not Chad Gable, somebody else I know. He's got number 14 in the men's. He's got number 1 in the women's. Squilla X, big Bray Wyatt fan, number 18 in the men's and number 28 in the women's. Jeff, a good friend of mine, 24 men's and 11 for the women. My good friend Pat, he's got 27 for the men and 10 for the women. And Geekbox, who you guys know, who does a lot of compilation stuff for streamers and does some little video game stuff. He's got number 29 in the men's and number 3 in the women's. Like I said, anybody who wins either Rumble, their number wins. For example, and I point this out here. I did make it mention to put this out there that if any of the numbers you get end up being CM Punk, Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Charlotte, or Becky, or Io, you obviously get a higher chance of winning the 2025 Royal Rumble contest. So let me know if any of you guys who watch the show want to be in it. Just all you got to do. All you got to do is say yes. And I'll look at your comments and just follow me on Twitter or Instagram. I'm mostly on Twitter. I'm mostly on there. And I will DM you the 2 numbers that you get. So it's very simple. Very simple stuff here. That's all you got to do. Smackdown was in San Diego, California, home of Rey Mysterio Jr. and Rey Mysterio Jr. opened. Well, first of all, I like how the fact that they had Wade Barrett and Toro Tessitore actually coming through the crowd to start the show, which I thought was pretty cool. California tends to bring it a lot. I like that. Again, shout out to the men and women putting their life on the line to save the wildfires. Shout out to you guys and girls out there. So I do like that, all that stuff here. I'm going to say so people probably are going to ask me about the Corey Graves stuff. I'm going to save that for Sunday. I'm going to do a pile driver post immediately following TNA Genesis because they got the partnership announced Actually, I might actually talk about the. Actually, I'm gonna save that for after Genesis. So that's what's gonna happen there. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so they did all that stuff here. By the way, Wade Barrett will be filling in for Pat McAfee on Monday. Pat McAfee, I think, has a football game that night or whatever, and he's not going to be on Raw for that. So there's that. Rey Mysterio says he welcomes fans to the Smackdown. Says it feels great to be back home in San Diego with his daughter in the audience. Says he requested some time to be in the ring in order to officially declare himself for the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. He reminisces about winning the 2006 Royal Rumble at and then winning the title at WrestleMania 22 before he could say. He says before he says the competition is heavy in this year's Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens' music hits, which he had a hilarious T-shirt on. Says he apologizes for interrupting Ray, but says he has to come out after hearing Ray talk about winning the Men's Royal Rumble match. Says there are few in the professional wrestling industry that he respects as much as Rey Mysterio. Says that he's rooting for Ray to win the Men's Royal Rumble so he can have his dream match against him at WrestleMania for the Winged Eagles Championship, which I died laughing. Ray says that he's all about challenges and competition, but you aren't the undisputed champion, Ray says. Owens becomes enraged with Ray's comments and begins yelling at him. Ray tells Owens to calm down, and he reminds him of Dominic Mysterio. Owens looks to take a shot at Ray. Ray sees the coming, calls up for the 619 on Owens. Owens rolls out of the ring and before he can land the maneuver, and it was set up for later on the show for Rey Mysterio to take on Kevin Owens. Fun little segment. I love this Kevin Owens, like he's got the shirt on, which was kind of funny that earlier he had a shirt on that he had a shirt on. He changed all the shit that he had. It was like the Canadian son of a technician or whatever it was, and he changed that shirt to a Rey Mysterio Hall of Fame shirt, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Yeah. So then we had a tag team match. We had Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. They took on Naomi and Bianca Belair in a non-title match. Fine for what it was. We had Jax tag in and connects with a Samoan drop on Bianca at some point. Naomi then tags in, delivers a roundhouse kick to Nia Jax's head on the apron. Or from the apron, rather. Bianca. Bianca tags back in, but Nia levels her with a Samoan drop. Hits a Samoan drop on Naomi, that is. Bianca levels Jax with a spear. Looks to land a springboard moonsault onto, I want to say Bianca. Oh, no, on Jax. Candice then tags in, catches Belair with a drop kick, follows up with a step-up senton. Nia Jackson delivers a senton of her own to Belair. Belair delivers springboard moonsault to Candice pins her. Nia Jax looks to break up the fall with a leg drop, accidentally hits Candice with the maneuver, opening the door for Naomi to connect with a full Nelson bomb for the win. And there's that. Though we did have something about I guess they'll try to look for the attackers or the attacker of Jay Cargill, and Jay Cargill tweeted out and said, "Are you sure you haven't found it? You sure about that?" Let's be real. We kind of figured who it is at this point here. We had Jimmy Uso and I'm saying Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes. This was Jimmy Uso doesn't really do it for me in the ring. I love Carmelo Hayes though, but so Tama Tonga and Jacob Batu came out and continued beating on Jimmy, causing a disqualification after Jimmy hit a hip attack onto Carmelo Hayes, setting up a Samoan drop, and Hayes countered to roll up. Jimmy was able to kick out of Hayes, catches Hayes with a spear, looks to then fly off the top rope. That's where Jacob Batu and distracts Jimmy. Tama Tonga pushes Jimmy off the top rope. It strikes the referee. I'm assuming it was causing the disqualification and whatnot. Then we have Solo Sikoa coming out. First time since he lost the Ulafala to Ufalafa, as they like to call it now, to Roman Reigns. Jacob Fatu demands the fans to stop booing on raining boos on Solo Sikoa in order for him allowed to speak. Fans continue to make the disdain for Solo known. Solo leaves ringside. Fatu, who didn't look very happy about it, got on the microphone and said, and berates fans for disrespecting Solo Sikoa with their boos. And said some stuff here. LA Knight's music then hits, but instead of appearing on the entrance ramp, he looks to blindside Fatu and Tama Tonga from behind. Fatu and Tama Tonga overpower LA Knight. Braun Strowman makes his return to SmackDown and makes his way to take out everybody else, and they start teasing a showdown between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, which we found out later on is going to be Braun Strowman versus versus Jacob Fatu at Saturday night's main event. Tama Tonga is going to take on LA Knight next week on SmackDown. You're seeing a little back and forth there, a little teasing of stuff with Legado del Fantasma and all that stuff here. Motor City Machine Guns defeated Los Garza next. Los Garza. Fine little tag match here. I love Motor City Machine Guns though. Los Garza did a double team move on the machine guns. Sabin used Berto as a launching pad to land a tornado DDT on Angel Garza. Alex Shelley then holds the middle rope open for Sabin to fly through. The machine gun set up for Skull and Bones, but Kit Wilson came out, knocks Sabin off the top rope as Elton Prince distracts the referee. Berto rolls up Sabin. Referee misses the pinfall. Machine Guns then land Skull and Bones on Berto for the win, setting up a match for next week, which is going to be Motor City Machine Guns versus oh no, Bayley's going to be around for a while. Bayley's going to NXT next week. They're setting up stuff with her and Roxanne. So Bayley's not going anywhere for a while. She is going to be Bayley versus Roxanne is a match that's being planted for WrestleMania. So sorry to push the bubble there. So yeah, it's going to be the Machine Guns versus Pretty Deadly next week. Should be a lot of fun here. But Machine Guns have been doing pretty well for themselves since joining WWE. A lot of people were worried that WWE would kind of ruin the Machine Guns, but they haven't. So that's pretty good. We'll see on that what they do. We'll see what the Machine Guns do at WrestleMania. So yeah, we had Piper Niven versus B-Fab. This match didn't go very much far. We had Piper Niven basically hitting the Michinoku driver on B-Fab to win here. No one gave a shit about this match. I didn't either. But after the match, we had a beatdown from Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Michin came out down to the ring to, I guess, even the odds here. I assume at some point we're getting another match, maybe a stipulation here. At some point, I do hope they find some other people for Chelsea Green to defend the championship against. Nothing against Piper, nothing against Michin. But if you're not going to have anyone else face Chelsea Green for the title, just take the title off of Chelsea Green, please. I love Chelsea Green, by the way, but you got to do more than that with Chelsea if you other than Michin. And I love Michin as well, so yeah. So we had Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. This was a lot of fun here. At some point here, Rey Mysterio gets whipped into the mat by Kevin Owens. Rey Mysterio sends Owens crashing into the ring post on the outside shoulder first. Not on the outside, in the ring actually. Follows it up with a senton. Goes for the pin. Owens kicks out. Rey Mysterio delivers a Hurricane Rana to Owens in the corner. But Owens intercepts him with a super kick. Sends Rey flying, basically. Ray then sends Owens crashing into the mat. Owens lands a frog splash on top of Rey Mysterio. Kicks out at 2, does Ray. Owens sits Ray on the top rope. Looks to hit a superplex. Ray then ends up counters into a sunset powerbomb. Follows it up with a Canadian Destroyer. Owens responds with a stunner to Rey Mysterio, pins him. Ray kicks out. Then Owens ascends to the top rope, looks to hit a swanton bomb. Ray gets his knees up, dials up with a 619, but Owens hits the powerbomb for the win. After the match, Owens tries to pretend like he is playing nice here and shakes his hand, but then looks to deliver the package pile driver. Cody Rhodes comes out to then brawl with Owens sitting in the back here. So we then found out later on that it's set up for. I thought it was set up for Smackdown next week, but they've set it up for Saturday night's main event because you see they're going to be in San Antonio, Texas, and their match at the Royal Rumble is a ladder match. So the person who's going to moderate the contract signing is going to be one Shawn Michaels. So that's going to happen Saturday night's main event. Should be a lot of fun there. We then had a verbal confrontation between Pretty Deadly and Apollo Crews after Pretty Deadly tried to, I guess, do something with DIY. But then Johnny Gargano then attacks Apollo Crews, and I'm assuming they're going to set up something with Johnny Gargano and Apollo Crews next week on SmackDown. At ringside is Roxanne Perez, who I thought was going to play a vital part in the match. She really didn't. Hopefully she does. And I mean, hopefully she does sometime. I think we're slowly based on what. So, before this, and this goes inside of WrestleMania here. They did have the first teaser for Charlotte Flair's return. It is in a minute. You guys gotta accept it here, but I don't think she's winning the Royal Rumble. I don't even know at this point. I don't know if she's going to be in the Rumble itself now. Only because they usually don't do vignettes for people this close to the Royal Rumble. And if she was going to be in the Royal Rumble, they probably would just waited for the Royal Rumble to do that. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Roxanne is going to go to the main roster. Though they did, we'll talk about that in just a little bit here. But conveniently, they had the Charlotte Flair promo right after, or right before Tiffanny Stratton comes up for her main event match with. I don't think Charlotte's winning the Royal Rumble, my guy. Or Maria. I think that's going to Io Sky. Because I have no desire to see Charlotte Flair win the Royal Rumble. Charlotte Flair doesn't even need to win the Chamber either. She can just show up and say, "Hey, I want the title." She did it with Ronda Rousey, so you know. Yeah, the main event: Tiffanny Stratton defending the WWE Women's title against Bayley. This is Tiffany's first title defense since the Women's title. This was actually a lot of fun. Bayley's great. Tiffanny Stratton's great here. So I'm gonna majorly skip through some of this match here because I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about going through move stuff here. So at one point, Stratton and Bayley returned back into the ring after Bayley got into the face of Roxanne. Stratton connects with a dropkick to Bayley. Bayley and Stratton teeter on the top rope. Bayley lands a superplex onto Stratton, goes for the pin. Stratton kicks out. Bayley ascends back up to the top rope. But Tiffany then trips her, climbs to the top rope to herself, connects a beautiful swanton. I'll tell you one thing, not Roxanne. Tiffany Stratton not only has a great moonsault, but she has a beautiful looking senton, and I love that. I wish she would add that to her. I wish that would be a finisher that she would have there. I know it's the prettiest moonsault ever, so thing for her, but she does a very good senton. She connects with the senton. Bayley follows up with a beautiful power bomb, goes for the pin. Bayley kicks out. Stratton clinches in a Fujiwara armbar onto Bayley. Bayley responds by landing a suplex onto Stratton on the outside of the ring, using that terrible, horrible landing of a announce desk. Again, this is the part where she gets into the face of Roxanne in the crowd, which at that point I thought Roxanne was going to come out and cost her, but that didn't happen. Dumps Stratton back into the ring. It's into the top rope. Delivers a elbow drop from the top, almost like Macho Man-like here. Goes for the pin. Stratton kicks out. Bayley then transitions into the crossface, but Stratton able to escape. Hits an Alabama slam on Bayley. Bayley gets Stratton up on her shoulders, sending her crashing into the mat. Then it goes for a pin. Or no, it goes for another pin. Stratton kicks out. Stratton rolls up Bayley. Bayley kicks out at 2. Sets up with a rose plant. Stratton counters into the second Alabama slam, and hits the prettiest moonsault ever to get a clean win on Bayley. So that's a huge up for Tiffany Stratton getting a clean win on Bayley, one of the pillars of the current version of the women's division. So it's rare to get a clean win over Bayley, but yeah, great performance there by Bayley. Bayley always has some great matches. Okay, I think I shouldn't say always. There are some stinkers as Bayley has had, but I still think the best counter of that rose plant is the one Io did at WrestleMania last year, where she went for the rose plant and then Io flipped into like a somersault thing. It was pretty cool, but yeah, overall great main event. Much better than last week's show. The 3 hours thing is going to be it's going to vary, and what I mean by that, it's going to be whether one week is going to be great, one week it's not going to be great. Though I do wish they had that whole thing with Smackdown, but it's there's that. So we did find out something some news. Raw matches that I was not prepared to see show up. So we have one match announced for Smackdown. Oh, actually, hold on. In 2 weeks, I forgot to mention this when I'm talking about the Bianca and Naomi match. So in 2 weeks, it's going to be Bianca and Naomi defending the tag team titles against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson on NXT. So that should be, I believe that's in Atlanta, which should be a lot of fun there. But where was it? There was something announced for SmackDown for NXT. No, not for NXT. Raw. So Sami Zayn's going to be on Raw. I know that. I believe there was another thing that was announced for Raw wise. I can't remember what it was. We're going to have some type of celebration for Lyra Valkyria, which if I'm a betting man, that's where I would do the Becky Lynch return. But I'm just throwing it out there. There's something else that was announced there, and the one match I did see announced was a 2-on-1, 2-on-3, 3-on-2 handicap match. It's going to be Pure Ash Collective, or Pure Trash Collective, whatever you want to call them, versus Damage Control. Now, I don't think the match means anything. I don't think they're gonna keep feuding with the fucking pure Trash Collective, right? Right. I think this is basically setting up for either one of two returns. Either it's gonna be Asuka, assuming that maybe Asuka's clear for the Royal Rumble, or it's gonna be Kyrie. I don't. If I had to be a betting man, which I'm not, thankfully, I think Kyrie's coming back on Monday. I don't know the update latest on on Asuka's thing. I personally would save Asuka's return for the Royal Rumble and have Kyrie return on Monday. But yeah, that is just. Now let me do some, since I'm going to watch TNA Genesis this weekend. Let me see if I can find the card here. So the TNA, this is going to be the first show since the official announcement for NXT being involved here. They've kind of teased Cora Jade for that show, which I'm assuming she's going to be involved with whatever Masha Slamovich is going to be doing. So here's the matches so far. We got the pre-show match. We got Frankie Kazarian versus Leon Slater. I think Frankie Kazarian is going to get the win here. He's got a future championship match at some point with the world championship. He's probably, you know what, I'm I had this weird. I just had this weird feeling that you're gonna have Joe Hendry win the championship and then take it from him. I don't know why I got that feeling, but I just have this feeling that's what's gonna happen. We'll see. Moose versus Ace Austin. I personally would love to see Ace Austin win the X Division title so we can put the X Division title back on the X Division and not on fucking Moose. So there's that. TNA Tag Team, Knockouts Tag Team titles are all in. Jody Threat and Dana Luna will be defending against Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. I'm just going to go with Spitfire to get the retain here because I just don't care for Deanna Brooke in 2025. That is just me. And I don't know who fucking Heather by Elegance is. So, a match that actually I think is going to be a lot of fun. Josh Alexander versus Mike Santana. I Quit match. Very looking forward to this. Love Josh Alexander. Love Mike Santana. I'm going to go with Mike Santana here to get the win here. Because I think we're getting ready for Josh Alexander to go off to WWE. I believe his contract expires February 14th, I think. And I think he's on his way to WWE. Jordan Grace, unfortunately, is going to be taking on Tessa Blanchard. Unfortunately, Tessa Blanchard is going to win because Jordan Grace is out the fucking door. Jordan Grace is saying, see ya, motherfuckers. I'm going over to Hunter. I don't care about this match. Not because I don't care about Jordan Grace. I love Jordan Grace. I could give 2-0 fucks about Tessa Blanchard. I'm not going to go on a rant on why I don't like Tessa Blanchard here. So, match that should be really good, hopefully. The TNA Tag Team title on the Hardys are going to take on the Rascals. I would put the titles on the Rascals. I think the Hardys may end up going back to WWE at some point. I don't know, but I'm going to go with the Rascals to win the championships here. Fine. Masha Slamovich will defend the TNA Knockouts Championship against Roseman and Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, which is basically Raven's Wolves. It was great to see Raven on TNA the other night, though. That's pretty cool. Master Slamovich is absolutely going to retain here because after the match, I think we're going to get Cora Jade get involved here, and we're going to set up Master Slamovich versus Cora Jade probably at Rebellion, which is going to happen in April. So that's what we're going to assume we are on that end there. We get tag match the System. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers are going to take on Eric Young and Steve Macklin. I'm going to go with the System to get the retain here. I think Eric Young might actually, because I don't know if he's actually fully signed with TNA, but I think he's going to go back to WWE now that what's his name is there now. So, in charge now. By the way, I've been teasing this 23 number. I jokingly said 23 stone because that's how Killian Dane likes to they announce some stuff. I don't know who 23 is, but I wouldn't mind it. It's big demo, but I don't know. Will they reveal then who is 23 on Sunday? Who knows? I don't know. I can't tell you on that end here. Main event: Nick Nemeth will defend the TNA Championship against Joe Hendry. This is where Joe Hendry should absolutely win the championship. It's about time. He's probably going to win the championship. And like I said earlier, they're probably going to take the title off him right afterwards, like immediately. Hopefully that's not the case here, but yeah, a loaded card for Sunday. Matches I'm actually looking forward to on the show. Obviously, Josh Alexander, Max Santana. That's gonna be a banger. The tag team title, the Hardys versus Rascals should be a lot of fun. Masha Slamovich versus Rosemary should be a lot of fun. We'll see of that, and we'll see how good Nick Nemeth versus Joey Hendry was the first time. It was not good the first time I saw it. So yeah. We'll see. But yeah, that is my preview and predictions for Genesis. I will sort of cover the show afterwards. I got a Power Driver post to do on Sunday as well. We're going to go over the whole Corey Graves shenanigans and shit. Everything that's going on there. We're also going to go over, obviously, TNA Genesis. We're also going to go over the partnership, the full-blown partnership announced for TNA and I almost said Impact. TNA and WWE and why this is great. Regardless of what other people are going to say here, the possibility of some more stuff on Malachi Black. Brody King did just file for Hounds of Hell, which probably looks to be the new name for the House of Black. So we'll talk about Metallica, Malachi Black and his possible departure. But it's not even possible. I think he's going back to WWE, and everything that's been going on with him because PW Torch put out a lengthy stuff about him. So we'll go over that as well as obviously the stuff with oh my God, what's his name? Corey Graves and all that stuff there. So I will see you guys back here on Sunday night. Oh, okay, actually not really. Okay, so review / news wise Sunday night. That's going to be Power Driver Pulse. But plan is for tomorrow, me and Blitzball, hopefully, if all things go well, do something regarding Stardom. Because they got their night 3 of their tournament thing that's going to be happening. Because they're getting ready for night 2 in just a little bit. I'm going to get ready to watch that. And possibly watch the Tokyo Joshi Pro at the same time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that ends there. But until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. Please do me a favor and go to Bandcamp. It's in the description. Please order my friend Yumi Nakamura. She has her band Iron Roses, the steampunk metal band from Japan. They have their new album. They came out in December last month, which is Steamheart Chronicles. They got a collection of songs. It's a compilation that's coming out in March called Echoes from the Vault. I believe that's what it's called. Don't quote me on yes, Echoes from the Vault, the Lost Chronicles. You heard a song from them earlier, Fractured Heart. I'm actually going to play another song from them. A song, if I can actually find the song I'm going to play here. Hang on a second. Let's see. I might play Freedom Call, actually. Actually, you know what? Actually, you know, I'm going to play a song called Veil Shadows. Close us out here. So, let me cue that up here. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow for possibly a watch along. Because I don't do all of them. I will let you know whether or not I'm doing a watch along for the Royal Rumble or not. I'll let you guys know. Till then, I've been Matt the Misfit. Thank you for joining the stream, this late stream. Whoever joined here, Maria and Jasmine, and anybody else who watched the show as well. Until then, we're out. Peace.